Have you ever given this much thought? Would you date somebody who's in a wheelchair? And I'm not just talking about somebody who has an acute situation where they need to be in a wheelchair temporarily. I'm talking about somebody who has a chronic condition. In other words, they live in that wheelchair 24/7. But yet, they want to date, and they say that they can still have sex. They don't have any issues with that. But they feel like anytime they try to connect with somebody, like, in other words, this is where this all comes from. I had somebody comment to me on Facebook the other day, and the gentleman was in a wheelchair. He had a picture of himself, and he's like, I would love to have a relationship with a woman, but every time they see me in this wheelchair, they run. He goes, I just want to be able to sit with somebody and have a beer with them, or, chill at the house. And he says, by the way, I get this asked a lot of me, can you have sex? And he's like, yes, I can have sex. But you can tell the gentleman had a chronic condition. He was, I don't know how to explain it, but, sort of balled up. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look it up. But he said, he's an intelligent man. He's got 2 bachelor's degrees and a master's, and he would just love to be able to just talk to a woman, let alone have a relationship. And that just brought me to tears. I wrote him back and I says, thank you for sharing your heart. But it made me think really deeply about what he was saying. And it made me reflect on my own dating preferences and ask myself the question, would I date somebody in a wheelchair, somebody disabled and wheelchair bound? And I think as an overall answer, I would say yes, because I don't think disability should hold anybody back from going out on a date, and it shouldn't hold an abled person back from dating someone who's disabled. But in a subjective sense, I think you really have to look at who you are as a person, what your situation is, and if you really did fall in love with this person, are you going to be able to be there for them through everything to help them with their disability? That's a strong, strong thought when you think about it, because you think, well, yeah, a date is harmless, but what if you really, truly connect with this person and now you're confronted with this lifelong possibility of taking care of them? So I would say if you absolutely fall in love with this person, then yes, you're willing to do anything and everything for them, including taking care of all their wheelchair needs, their medicines, and helping them out. However, let's say you get involved with somebody and then you're not ready to take care of somebody who's disabled. So in a way, maybe women run away from this man when they see the wheelchair, because they know deep down inside that they're gonna, if they fall in love with this man, they're going to have to take care of him like a child. They may have to help lift him in and out of the wheelchair. There is so many things that go with helping somebody who's disabled, So I think women, it's not that they just run in disgust. Maybe the majority of them are thinking it through long term, maybe even subconsciously, and they won't even give him a date because they're afraid they're going to connect with him. They're afraid that they're going to fall in love with him, and they're afraid that they're going to have to confront this man and literally tell him, look, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm prepared to actually to help you, to actually be there for you constantly, to help you with your disability needs. I don't think I'm ready for that, you know? And when you think of the flip side of it, it's sad, but is it truly fair for the person in the wheelchair to expect the woman that he met to want to help him out long term and put the pressure and the burden of this responsibility on her? It's such a thin line, and it's just so sad. It just, like I said, it brought me to tears, and I thought to myself with my own situation, you know, and here's another little tidbit. The gentleman was actually 17 years my junior. He was 34 years old. So he's looking at a long-term relationship. He's never been married. He doesn't have kids. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I know it's only a date, but if he's expecting for us to get together, and what if we do form a really beautiful relationship? How could I be a wife to give him children if that's what he wanted, you know? And then on top of that, look at the age difference. You know, would I be able to physically help him out with all of his disability needs? And in my opinion, the answer is no. But it's like, do you tell somebody who's disabled, this is why I don't want to date you? Drop me a comment below and tell me what your thoughts are on this subject. Would you say that up front? Being a woman, would you actually say, I think you're a great guy, but I don't want to date you because of the possibility of us getting together long term, and I don't think I can handle it? Would you say that up front? Or would you just run away like he said they all do? Think about it. Really think about it. This is a human being in this wheelchair, and all he wants is love. All he wants is love, like all of us. And here we are, able-bodied people who just throw away dates like they're nothing because we know we can get one anytime that we want. And then this gentleman can't even get a date. He can't even talk to a woman because of that fear. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out my next video. And if you find it in your heart to do more, there'll be 2 more links down below where you can also do that as well. All of it goes to support the channel. Thank you for your time. Take care.